Okay, so we're so just to introduce these players, Yasser Seirawan, everyone knows as the commentator at St. Louis, prolific writer of many books on chess, and if you're interested in Crazyhouse, you should really follow Jan Lee, the world champion in Crazyhouse, who's done actually some joint commentaries with Yasser Seirawan. And International Master opperwezen, like Yasser, they both live in Holland. And opperwezen is actually one of the top 3 or 4 players of Crazyhouse. He would be modest and say top 5, but I think he's usually regarded as top 3, along with Jan Lee and 12 Teen. Jan Lee from Australia and 12 Teen from Canada. And he's also the favourite this year to be the challenger to Jan Lee in the Crazyhouse World Championship. So that's something which will probably take place in November. So at the same time as the real World Championship between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana, we're going to have a Crazyhouse World Championship between either opperwezen or 12 Teen or GSVC, so that the matches are still ongoing to decide who will be the challenger, against Jan Lee from Australia, the world champion. So do check out the Crazyhouse blog if you're interested, and I can post the links. And this is these games between these 2 players is actually part of a series they've played over 12 hours in the past couple of weeks. And we see mate coming. No, not quite, because f6 is covered. So it's part of a series between these 2 players, and I've actually put up over 12 hours of commentary between opperwezen and Yasser Seirawan. And in some of that commentary, I've had Opper actually in voice chat with me. Okay, Black resigns. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap of the first few games, which unfortunately I missed. And then we'll join for real. So, game one, opperwezen was playing. So I'm going to look from the point of view of opperwezen actually, because I might have him joining me in voice chat. So let's see.
It's before now. It's a 45 too.
Okay, so I'm going to have opperwezen joining me in voice chat. Just going to quickly go through these. Okay, just go through so the first game is actually not very interesting because there's a very nice play from opperwezen, but then after this move, Yasser made a mouse slip. So that was not a very interesting game. Game 2. So opperwezen is white, and this is very nice. Okay, he advances d5, controlling the light squares. Okay. And he's really pushing for looking at e6, but e6 is covered. Advancing, so it's a huge space advantage from white. A very interesting move. Where do you go with the bishop? Back here or back here? And I think it's instructive. He wants to point his bishop at the king side. And this is the key move. So I think this. So black's got an attack on g3, whereas white's trying to get in on the light squares. And it turns out white is just slightly faster with this. So this is a mistake in a way from Yasser. It's too passive, and it enables white to strike first. He gets in, knight here check. Notice he doesn't drop a pawn on g6 as many players would do. He wants a piece on that square. Pawn here, so that if you take the pawn, knight takes rook comes with check. And knight here, there's the bishop is pinned, so can't take. And he's in, and he's got a rook. The rook he won is now in on the back rank, and this is just going to be forced mate. Queen takes knight, because knight here check, the king runs into the d file, rook will take the queen with check. So he can sacrifice the queen. The king goes the other way, as Yasser did here, and then Yasser resigns because because if you step here, rook takes g7 is checkmate. Okay, game 3. Game 3 is also very interesting. So the knight looks a little bit out of place on h5, but the bishop is trapped as well. So black opperwezen picks up the bishop, Yasser picks up the piece. Free piece from both sides. Okay. So Yasser's going for a back rank attack. Knight attacking the rook. Yasser goes for his queen. Okay, so both very sharp, both attacking each other. Okay, so always there's a threat in the position of knight takes queen with check. So Yasser has to maintain initiative and keep the checks. And look at this sequence of checks. Knight here check, knight here check. Rook here check. Now actually a key move in this position is rook takes bishop. It turns out this knight reveal check is actually a bit of a mistake, because blocks, takes, and queen moves out of the way, and what we're just looking at is actually black. Sorry, not here. When the knight moves off this square here, that was actually black does actually have a forced mate with knight here check. If the king comes out, then knight g5 check, king here, and rook here is checkmate. So the king can't come out, but if the king goes this way, then this is a checkmate, because pawn takes knight, knight takes pawn. And if you go to g1, the rook comes to h1, you're winning the queen with check and you're mating. If you come to h2, you're winning the queen with check and you're mating. But actually this didn't happen in the game, so Opper didn't swap this knight at d2, so actually Yasser was able to finish off his attack and win the first game of this series. So taking the bishop, and so white's very safe, with this move he's picking up the queen potentially. So he kind of does a kind of smother sort of thing, pushes the king out. Another check, so Opper can't do anything. If he steps here, knight takes the queen with check. If he takes, knight takes the queen with check. So mate is inevitable. So quickly looking at game 4, and I'm just we're looking for the point of view of opperwezen, because we're going to have takes, check. So lots of pressure on f7 in this position. So blocks, takes the bishop, takes the knight. He's trying to put pressure on f7, but his attack's been kind of liquidated. g7's a weakness though. So g7 he's going for instead. Getting a pawn. So what's the pawn for? So he's sacrificing his queen for a bishop. The pawn is for h6, and the knight follows up. So it's almost mate, but the knight covers the f6 square. If the king steps back, the f6 is still covered. But the queen is the problem. So knight takes bishop. So knight takes bishop. So let's see, if was knight takes bishop a mistake? Or was there any defense from black? So from black, maybe bishop takes d5. That's a weird idea. Queen at f5, queen at f4. Okay, but knight takes bishop does seem like a bit of a mistake, because now he gets the queen with with the good attack, maybe. Yeah. So he goes knight here. This is a forced mate. King h8. Then pawn at g7 comes, and if you take the knight is actually guarding g7, so queen will land on g7. Okay, so going to the current game, and I'm okay, so let's just try and... Okay, so slightly different setup from... we're looking from the point of view of Yasser. So let's look from the point of view of opperwezen.
Bishop castle now. So we have mate.
Okay, sorry. So Opera is talking about the current position, but sorry, we're trying to catch up a little bit. So takes. So Yasser's really got control on these dark squares. So he sacrifices a queen. Oh. So this is a nice... It's not sacrificing the queen at all. It's because the queen is coming. Okay, so he's defending. Defending so he can castle. He castles, takes. Okay, check, comes back, knight here, check, takes, and black resigns.
Before. Because he does move.
So yeah, hi there, Opera. I've finally caught up with the action.
Hello.
Hi there. So we're on game 6. Yeah, so I'll mute myself so I'm not disturbing you, but I'm just saying hello, and I'm now streaming the live action.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay, so we got actually an e4 game here.
What options in knight takes f2? That's not a good one.
Yeah, so what he's worried.
I've got too much development.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I showed the castle.
So he was worried that knight takes f2, king takes, and a fork on the bishop and knight.
My bad.
But this is also strong.
Don't knight still attack. And before still attack. Don't like it. That is castle.
So obviously there's a threat of this, just opening up the king side, which is unpleasant.
No, I got a pretty bad position.
But if you just defend the knight, just takes, and this is being picked up. So it looks like you'll want to defend the knight with the knight in order to defend this square. Or you could drop a bishop back. So opperwezen can't hear me, and anyway, he wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I need to give up one to attack.
Okay, so he's going for some kind of attack.
Still safe position.
So takes. He wants to move his rook to g1, I think, and launch some kind of attack.
Queen takes with bishop on f3. Queen takes f3.
Okay, I didn't expect that.
That's the idea.
Oh, okay, so this is what he's seen.
I'm forced to go for these complications after bishop h5.
Yeah, so because of his mistake, he's forced to get creative. And sometimes that works out, but sometimes...
Notice that the bishop is also hanging sometimes.
Sometimes if you do that, you can make your position even worse. So yeah, this move, nice, both defends the knight and defends the pawn. So I think that's a refutation of queen g4.
Still got a nice position, I think.
Okay.
Quite safe. g7 is weakness.
He's happy though. So he's put a double attack on g7 now. But pawn at g6. So he's lost an important pawn, but maybe he has a certain initiative. So it could be considered a pawn sacrifice. I'll put opera slightly louder, just in case. Can't tell if people...
Me too. So you want to stop me from castle?
He's trying to stop him from castling, okay.
Okay, knight e4. Then I just go back to e1. Now I'm just attacking on g7.
Okay, so that's nasty because it's actually threatening this if you did nothing.
Okay, that's the first take. Once you got to check on f3. Take on e4.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. Like if you castled here,
You win my rook, but that's okay.
if you castled here, there's actually a mate with knight here, check, and then follow up knight
Rook
here.
is not so dangerous.
Okay, so he's losing a rook.
My attack is much more dangerous now.
Okay, so opperwezen likes.
Knight is on attack and g7 is on attack.
Yeah, I think knight's still covering e7 and the bishop's covering d7. So knight take. So where would if the knight takes the knight, maybe that would make e7 weak. So let me see. But if you don't take, so maybe there is. Yeah, he thinks he's got mate because he's made e7 weak.
The queen c5 and then or e5.
King. So if king takes the pawn, queen here's checkmate. So king,
if he takes on f6 or d6,
then you can drop a pawn here and a queen here. So he's calculated the mate. Checkmate. So while they're just starting up the next game, I'm just going to see if there was any defense for knight takes g7. So opperwezen was right in his judgment that the knight takes, that his attack was powerful, even though black had a lot of material.
I wait for 5 minutes.
King d8. Oh, there's bishop takes g5 if you run that way, and if you go to, well, it looks a little nasty. King at f8, simply queen to d8. King takes g7.
5 minutes, I guess.
And that's checkmate. And if you try and black has no blockers is the problem. Okay, so there's going to be a 5-minute pause in the action. So I'll just join Opper. Hi there, Opper.
Hello?
Yeah, so do you want to have a look at game?
You said 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. Do you want to have a look at game 3? There was something nice in game 3 that you missed.
The losing game. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I can put it in a study for you if you want.
I forgot about pawn b7, but still I got some attack.
Yeah.
So I'll just play rook a8. I missed knight a6. If you didn't have that move, I have a nice place.
Let me just. Yeah. So should we look at it from black's perspective? I'm just going to. It's slightly slower for me to do things because I'm streaming, but let's just try and have. Yeah, you can go from the beginning if you want, but the reason I wanted to show it to you was okay. So you take the knight. He comes in. So you can see what I'm doing now. Yes. King takes knight. Knight here. Reveal check. Okay, you block. So actually, it turns out that in this position, rook takes bishop is key for Yasser in this position. Can you hear me? Because it turns. Yeah, good. Rook takes bishop is key because it turns out in this position, takes. This knight is actually guarding the e2 square. So the moment he takes here, you have mate with knight here. If he tries to come out.
Oh, got just knight e3.
Yeah,
it goes to h1.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at it.
Yeah.
But I think king h1.
King h1.
Knight e3, I shall have seen that.
Yeah, with the idea of either rook at h1 or if he runs up, you're taking the queen with check. Yeah.
Just simply taking.
Yeah, to take the queen. So actually, yeah, in this, this is a really sharp position. I mean, do you want to, we could go back to the
I
beginning.
wanna avoid this position.
So
I shall not get into this position. If I
Yeah.
play Queen C8,
so which
I
what's
forgot about pawn B7.
so which do you want to take control of the moves?
Let's see. We should have 5 minutes, maybe the over soon.
Yeah. So
If back D4.
yeah.
Okay, I can take on F3, but I forgot about pawn B7. Queen C8 looks good.
Yes.
Oh, knight D5 is okay, yeah? So I shall play Queen. Oh, the computer just take on F3. I can take on D3, and the Queen is not so important. Okay, knight take. You give a bishop, and then you play pawn H4. Now you say pawn H6. I look at it later, but it was more complicated than I think.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
think
think it was simply good for me.
yeah. I mean, I think this is the most interesting. In a way, it's been the most kind of sharp game you played so far. That's why I just wanted to highlight it.
Okay, let's go back to Yasser.
Yes. So
I wish Sandra missed.
yeah.
Yasser is ready too for the start.
Cool. So I'll just put on the TV.
Okay, go ahead, master. He closed it. I changed him to 3+5, and he challenged me to 3+2 again, but we need the time.
Yeah, I think it's more fun with more time.
Quality is all that matters, or at least some interesting games.
Yes. So they've started.
Bishop D4, that's the best move.
So queen. Yeah. So
I'm
this.
afraid I'm out of book. I don't know much. As D4. Taking is not high up.
So we just had. Okay.
I'm gonna play for Bishop B5.
I'm going to mute myself, but yeah, thanks, and then listen to you.
Okay.
Okay. Takes.
So, if I play something else, he wants to have played 95. So I take it. Maybe it's not accurate, I don't know. I don't like the knight on.
Yeah, he didn't want the knight on e5 because the bishop was protecting
Well,
the pin.
push C4 for a moment. So I play pawn H6 to stop pawn H6.
He's afraid there'll be a swap of pawns
Yeah,
up on
yeah.
h6, so it's
That's right.
preemptive action he's taking.
So if I take on C4, I take on B7. Let's play knight.
Because he's moved the c pawn, d3 is weak.
Or take B2.
Oh, this is weak.
If we play pawn B5, maybe I sacrifice the knight. Oh, that's the same. This confused me. Oh, that's the same.
So I think opperwezen's going for complications. He realizes this c7 pawn.
This was not intended.
Yeah, unintended. unintended complications. But it worked out well the last game. So queen f4 apparently was even. The queen f4 move was even the Stockfish suggestion in that position. Okay, so going for an attack. If bishop takes queen, of course, the white queen's also hanging. But why didn't Yasser take the queen? Seems unclear. I guess you just take the piece. You lose the queen for the rook and the piece. The piece is actually defended. Oh, so it actually works out okay. Okay, so you can take the piece. Takes back. I'm not sure if that was...
Not a very nice position.
I mean, could he put a rook down maybe? Takes, but then he loses the rook. But then he wins the bishop. But yeah, I'm not sure. So the problem at the moment for black is white is controlling both this diagonal and this file. On the plus side, those are both not kingside issues. They're both sort of queenside issues. So black does have some potential on the king side. With these pawns are very powerful because they're staring into the white king. But yeah, these squares are weak. They're not very well defended. I mean, you could have pawn drops here, for example, traps the bishop. Pawn drop here, and suddenly white has actually got a good attack. Yeah, so that's what Opper says. Pawn d5, pawn e5 rather, is very good. Yeah, so I'm sorry about the sound quality from Opper. He has perennial microphone problems. I got him on quite loud. Let's make it a bit louder. So I hope you can hear. I put it on double, so I hope you can hear.
Oh, he's got 97.
So he's worried about. This has all happened rather quickly. Sacrifices bishop. He's concerned you're knight 97 check. You could either hit the bishop or the rook. You have a choice. Yeah, so if you want to see more of Yasser Seirawan, and hi there, Helms. If you want to see more of Yasser Seirawan against opperwezen, so I'm just going to put the YouTube link.
Maybe you can just stop on e7.
Okay, so he's afraid of a drop on e7.
It will be really useful to take a rook. I think bishop takes two, rook is almost way better. Still, it's completely winning.
So he's trying to tempt.
Downside on e7.
So it's both guarding e7, but also just trying to tempt a swap of a bishop for a rook. He's afraid of this diagonal attack, obviously.
Now you split pawn
He was
okay, I got enough.
He's afraid of pawn e7, but yeah, he has no squares. He's in a kind of zugzwang.
Play the London system to practice it against the best London system player.
Okay, so opperwezen's got 4-3 lead, but I think the first game was a bit of a warm up, and Yasser mouse slipped. So
Don't like the game so far. Don't think I played well. Normally I got knight on c3. Pawn c4 is better, I think. Then I can play d5.
okay, so this is like in the second game when he was white.
Maybe a sacrifice.
This is game 8 in game 2 as well. You went for a d5 push, but black was more passive in that game with his
I
pawn.
feel more comfortable if it's a match than in a positional position. So thanks.
Yeah.
Then knight c4. Actually, I like it from white.
So Opper's given up a lot of pawns. He's 3 pawns down for a piece. So yeah, pawns are dangerous because pawns are the catalysts for attacks.
Block the white squares. Pawn e6 or something like that.
So he's recommending black just drops a pawn here just to defend the light squares. Defends f7, defends d5.
Yes. That's just move. You know me. I like queens. So I take the queen. Let's try to get some pieces in hand.
Well, so he had 3 pawns for a piece, and now he's sacrificed his extra piece just for 1 pawn. For two pawns. For 2 pawns. Yeah, I didn't see that. That was a very nice idea. So that was a very nice idea, getting in on the dark squares.
Oh, no, I can play pawn c6.
He likes pawn c6. Yeah, pawn at e7 is another idea. Just picking up the trapped rook.
So there are some nice ideas. Knight f6, pawn d7, knight takes, queen takes. Bishop b5 and I got mate to h6. Queen is hanging on d7.
That went by too quickly for me to catch it.
Offer trade.
He really wants that bishop because that bishop's the defender of the black king.
Bishop is an important defender.
So Yasser giving up his queen even just to get in the hope of getting some initiative, I think. But I think that's giving away too much because yeah, white might even have some mating ideas. So he thinks it's a good defense, but the knight does cover a lot of key squares. Yeah.
Maybe I can take on. So the point is, takes it down. The pawn h7.
Pawn h7. He's thinking that can't be taken because his knight here. Queen
take.
Yeah, he's thinking queen takes rook. And then
I think I got it.
And Yasser even resigns. Yes, because he has a back rank.
I try to see this match as a candidate match. In 10 games, I want to win the match. Also with more games, of course.
Yeah.
First, best of 10 games.
Bishop h7, and now there's no back rank.
There's
no back rank defense if the king runs. You have a queen and a rook finishing it off, but if he runs this way, we have knight g5, king h6.
Okay, but pawn a6. I don't want to waste the move. That's why I developed.
So either way, it's mate.
Usually to play bishop e7 instead of d6.
Okay, so he's going for bishop e7 instead of d6. Interesting.
Okay, now it's time for knight. Oh, gonna push.
Yeah, he was expecting this to come.
Something aware. c7 is hanging. Previous time I forgot that.
Yeah, he's saying he forgot last time about this.
Maybe I can take this one. Put the pawn before. So now c7 is hanging.
So he's thinking about this, but he's worried about bishop takes
It's a
pawn.
nice position. Okay. Play e5, I go to d5. Then I lost control about e4. So press pawn e5.
See, that's the move he fears.
Pawn e4 will be less strong. Because play pawn at d5. Then I take over d5. And hop on e4 later.
Okay, but Yasser going for both increasing the attack on c7 and also watching over.
Interesting. You attack my weakness on c7. Time to defend the pawn. This position looks very nice. Very solid. And attacking c7. My pieces look a bit misplaced. Considering knight d7, d6. Also bishop d3, bishop d6 is an option. Fluence that if you stand it up, you got nothing in hand anymore. And I might put the pawn d3, play queen c1. So you're not playing queen c1. That is defense best.
So we saw instead
Knight d5 is not big.
bishop dropping back, bishop attacking the queen, queen attacking b7, knight b6 comes anyway.
Then you can play pawn a4 and pawn a3. Well, because against Yasser you need a messy position.
So he's afraid of a symmetrical position against Yasser.
Oh, it goes. Queen e1 looks more natural.
So the queen is looking a little bit out of place here.
That's good. No, I played it. Maybe I'm gonna sacrifice queen. But in this case, I don't like it. Because you just take back onto the pawn d3.
Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice.
Okay, as expected. And drop on 3. Then I get my bishop back.
Yeah, because white is a piece up for a pawn, but
Also options might take.
black has actually got very good.
Bishop d1 and I pawn c2. because got the option open for knight takes e3. If he takes the bishop on c2, take back, maybe got bishop to c3. So he takes it. Now we play. Oh no, it's fine. Not sure, my king is safe, and maybe I can attack him.
Yeah.
I got no fuck. Got another idea for pawn e2 yet.
He wants to get in here.
Pawn c3 about to give his rook.
So he's looking for where is the hole in the position where he can get in. That's basically. So Yasser maybe we're looking at g6.
Okay, now we're definitely going to play bishop e3. That's a good defense, because I want to take and play knight e3.
He wanted to take
Maybe you can take him myself.
and put a knight here. Maybe. And then if you
taking, I don't know, you can take and put pawn. Takes not f4.
so bishop e3
Got
is
lots of pieces in it,
yeah bishop e3 is good because also is defending e2.
and I could only rook in it. And his position is really good. Time to cut pieces in hand to have some chances to defend. Not so bad. f6. I want to play rook e2, take, and knight f3. I also protect h7. I think this is interesting.
Oh yeah, he's going for
But
a knight. So
maybe we can just play king and so on. But it's not dangerous at all. If he takes on e2, queen takes, knight f3, king h1. Maybe. You need to defend on h2. Then shall be fine. Oh, okay, so. Oh, that's a very good move. I forced him to take this one.
so why couldn't he take the
Now he's
queen?
playing knight.
Because
Don't like this move, so he's playing knight. But he's still winning.
bishop here check, pawn takes pawn. Yeah, he was in on these dark squares. I think that's the issue. So bishop takes h6 is a threat, followed by f6, g7. It looks like white's attack is really fast.
So I can play bishop g8. Very nice move. Then I'm on block on h7.
So
This was a great game for Yasser.
yeah, it's very hard to defend. He's only got a queen in hand. It's almost impossible to defend the mate. So 4 games all, or 5 games to 4 if we
That's
include the
great
first
position.
game. But I'll call it 4 games all.
Maybe I shall try this opening. The other openings he plays very well. I think that e5 moves is idea. But take, you got bishop takes c2 in some cases. Take knight and queen. got knight h4. So force go to h2. Maybe this looks silly, but you want to play pawn b5, and if he takes, you don't got pawn b4 anymore.
So again, this thematic d5 push.
That seems reasonable, pawn h3. We're going to get a bishop out of c1 h6. Can play e4. I don't know if it's a weakness or a strong. I will play knight e2 and b4. Maybe e4 is good for Crazyhouse. Chess, I don't like that. It's a small success. That's away from c5.
Yeah.
Maybe you can sacrifice it, but the messy position still be in my favor. I'll be rook c8.
So actually, all 8 games so
We
far,
won't take and play e4.
apart from the very first game,
I might have to play on the queen side. King side is way more important for Crazyhouse. Protect the knight.
all 8 games so far have been won by white. So that's an interesting statistic. Apart from the very first game, which was a Yasser mouse
I saw play well and not make g5 a weakness. A bit like Watson move b5. At least you can open f6. Probably it's not good.
But he needs a follow-up pawn.
I saw Yasser playing something like this once. Put a pawn c4 and then use h4, h5 as protection.
A nice thing about h4, it stops knight h4 tricks sometimes as well, but obviously not here because. Okay, so we're going to hide the knight. Unless he sacks it. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, sacrifice the knight.
He's sacrificing the knight. That's unusual.
Then I got a pawn to drop in his position. I don't know if it's his best move. But it's tactical. He got no more attackers. So he decided to attack h4 first.
Yeah, see, this is very nice. So he's going for takes here. So h4 is a serious problem because it's the base of the pawn chain.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take him.
So it's forcing Opper to either defend or go on the offensive.
Oh, so take it. Don't overlist it. Also, just take it. Taking it to rook is pretty normal. Crazyhouse.
Yeah, I feel like the rook's a nice piece there. So
That's got one material back.
yeah, so Yasser's a piece up. So he's getting his piece back. He'll probably take with the knight, because the bishop is, it's a very important defender, the fianchettoed bishop, as in normal chess.
Probably knight.
Yeah, for sure.
Take the move now.
Just to say, Opper can't hear me, that way I can talk without distracting him.
Might have ideas that just talk if I attack. Oh, that's very surprising. Respect Tonto. Now I can remove the danger pawn.
It's 2 knights in hand. So the way of defending that pawn, we look back in retrospect, was with that bishop pawn. Ah, he gets the pawn on g4. Interesting. But Yasser has had a plan of his own. Interesting. Ah, and then there's a counterattack, which takes knight. Okay, so the queen hangs. Can you attack? Queen takes pawn. Attack and counterattack. Queen takes pawn and the queen gets picked up. But then, is it position too dangerous? It is very dangerous because...
I don't know about this position.
Yeah, because if queen takes pawn, queen takes queen. Knight check. King here, knight takes queen. It's black to move. And h3, f3 are not defended. So actually there'll be a mate probably. So it's very sharp.
Oh, nice leave.
He's getting in. Pawn h. Is it? Let's see where. Pawn f.
That is fine. Simple.
Pawn f3. Yeah, pawn f3 and then bishop here.
The reason why I sacrifice at this c6 moves. If I don't do that, I got simply a much worse position.
Bishop here. Now where's the knight go? So if the knight goes here, drop pawn here.
Then you misplayed it.
He wants the knight for f3 later.
Does he misplay it?
No. I think he's still got it. Just simply push. Oh, push. Takes. Ah. I mean, there's always knight to e2, but then black's getting mated.
Of course, only practical chance.
Yeah, f4 takes. No.
Now
he's running back. Okay, so he's going defensive. This is dangerous.
Just got e7. I don't deserve to win this game. Sorry to say it. Too easy.
Okay, he's bringing the queen into attack. Those squares are not very well defended. That's the only square which is defended. Also, yeah, there wasn't this, but yeah, king g1. Yeah, so it feels like Yasser missed a mate. Yeah, knight h5. The problem is you want the knight eventually for f3. So knight h5 is what he did in the end. But you want that knight for f3, so you've got a knight here, and then the pawns. The knight here will cover the dark square g1, and then the pawns will cover the light squares. But you have to cover Yeah. He was just about okay because this square is covered. Otherwise, he could have just pushed. Takes, takes, takes. I still think there must have been something, but how? Okay, so black resigned.
The fight is not a success. Let's see what happens. That's clear.
So I'm just going to have a quick look at the end of that game, where it got very sharp. So here, okay. So Yasser's got quite a. Okay, so this move, h6, while a nice idea, is a mistake because I think black's attack is faster. Yeah, and you can go knight to f3, knight to h3, these sorts of ideas.
Ah, you're gonna attack me on.
So this is correct. King takes h1, h takes g2. King takes g2. H3 works, but
What Yasser playing. The move is
yeah, h3 is not the right move. So f3 is kind of important. The point being that if king takes f3, I see, bishop at e4 check. But why can't you do the same thing of king to g3? Oh, the queen is still open. Pawn takes.
I think it's fine.
Oh, knight to h5 is just checkmate here. So the king never even. So you're using the fact the queen is controlling these squares. I see. So because what I was thinking here was a move like bishop here, and it runs into the same problem. White is actually winning if you do that. So it's very important to do something like this. And if you step back, you're winning the queen with check. So king can never step there anyway. Yeah, that's really interesting. So that was just completely winning.
This is the wrong move.
And if king g3 here,
Or take bishop.
it says knight e2 check. The idea being if queen takes e2, rook g4 check, king takes f3, and e4 is mate. I mean that's a very cutesy little mate. Is there something more straightforward?
Take d5.
Knight h5.
Take on h8. What's to take here?
If you go here, you're just getting mated. So you have to take here. Yeah, this is a more kind of standard mate. Bishop e4. If you run here, you're losing the queen as check. But what else can you do? Queen takes bishop. Okay, you're losing the queen as check, so it's all over. Okay, so sorry, that was just a quick recap of the last game. So it turned out f3 was much more important, and actually, if you goes to h3, the only way out was if he goes king h3. The only way out was to drop a bishop, get him back to g2, and drop on f3 again. So the drop on f3 was really key.
Okay.
Although having said that, apparently knight at h3 might have been a more powerful attack than pawn at h3. But yeah, that was an interesting game. In fact, I'm going to...
Probably knight g takes. Basically. Taking.
Okay, so just going to quite recap. So this game. So Opper's position looks.
The copper piano, the upper piece in it.
Looks
That's also an advantage.
So Opper's position looks horrible, but he seems to be quite positive. So just want to look again at if knight at f3 here, what was the idea? If king h1, then pawn at h3, and if here, what's the idea again? Rook takes c2.
If play rook c7, white plays h5, take, g8 staying and g2 staying.
I see there's a pin here, there's the idea. Okay. Okay, sorry, to get back to the game. So
just build up a solid position. Don't think he wants to be. Don't be too silent for him.
So you're starting an attack. See, I'm not seeing any of the positives about black's position here. I mean, I think the only thing going for black is potentially there's an idea of something on f3 at some point.
On b2 is on an attack. There come basically two ideas.
Yeah, he's trying to drop a bishop on d2. But that's also defending knighted.
Two pieces, the second queen is on red, but the king is exposed.
But the bishop's already covering.
I also protect b5.
I mean, material is fairly level. I mean, black just has a piece for a rook. But there's also a pawn down. I mean, just how we got here again. Your white sacrificed a piece, but got the piece back. Lost the rook, but then won the piece here, and won the bishop. So that's why it ends up being a rook for a piece. And we're at the current position, and Yasser's down to 45 seconds on the clock.
Looks mysterious.
So he's covering d2 simply. Okay, he's tempting the sack. Takes, and then take the knight.
Maybe I can take the knight. Let's be safe. Definitely take here. So what ideas with bishop a5? King is safe. So it not be a big problem. Yes. Jack is knight on e4.
Yeah, so I'm just giving the link in the chat to someone who's asking how to improve at
Moves
Crazyhouse.
very well. I can take on c2.
So,
Then pawn b4.
so it's a sort of crazy position, this game.
If he takes, I won't play bishop.
So he gets the queen.
The reason why I think I can sacrifice is because my king is safe.
Yeah, it's paradoxical that his king is safe despite his pawn structure being so bad. Okay, so quickly to get up to this is the current position. Okay, so they're both under 30 seconds. So now sacrifices.
Definitely going to the queen.
Sacrifices the queen back. Well, he wins the queen and sacrifices it back, but he's going to get yeah, white has no pieces. So, wow, he's in on the back rank. You could take the knight, exactly. King. Now he's got a knight in hand. Rook takes queen, king takes knight. A knight somewhere. So this is very dangerous.
So if he takes, I want to play pawn.
Takes, he wants to play pawn.
And mate will follow.
Yeah, takes, the knight takes pawn. He's fairly confident that would be mating. So white realizes, yeah, knight. Oh, but is there any counterattack? So the squares are quite well defended around the king. You have to look for pawn checks, knight checks. I think it's all covered. The problem is pawn takes is still mating idea because of pawn here and knight here. Pawn at e2, knight here. So that's why the knight here is the key, so that's why he's covering the mate. Okay, but there's still back rank. There's still simply a back rank mate, I'm sure. So, oh, maybe not. So knight here, king here, queen here, check. Okay, yeah, he goes for this way. Ooh.
Not that good in Crazyhouse, I think.
So,
Yeah, right, I think.
Where's the mate? Okay, he's going for queen takes rook and then dropping a rook. Okay, this goes for the pawn. Simply. Okay, he's going for.
Very bad play for me.
He couldn't see the mate, and so he got. Is knight here working? No, knight here working. Knight here working. So up or down to 5 seconds. Okay, knight. Is knight here a threat? No, these squares are really weak. Pawn here. Okay, the bishop still guards this square. I think Yasser should go on the attack though. Oh, I think that with queen here, now the queen is guarding everything, all the key squares. So Yasser, so Opper's doing okay now. I think Yasser was too defensive there. Okay, now.
Oh wow, I'm gonna lose this.
Yeah, now it's a little bit tricky. Queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn. Does that work? King takes, queen here, king here. Oh, it doesn't quite work. He needs a bishop.
Probably cross sacrifice.
Bishop takes knight, bishop takes which, king takes bishop. 2 pawns, a knight and a bishop. The problem is, if he drops a bishop, queen takes, bishop takes, and then the bishop repeats.
Play knight 7. Maybe I can play bishop h5. Take on f3.
Okay, so he goes for pawn.
That makes sense.
Ooh, king has to. Or you block. But the thing is, now you've got this. Is this an idea? This, then this. Then knight. No.
Probably I can defend.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Start this move, but
That's a nasty move.
so h5 was good.
Oh, okay, he's going for a counter-attack. So this is.
Yeah.
He's trying to take the rook with check.
Pieces.
Now he can take the queen.
And we got knight c1.
So last throw of the dice. E2 is not defended. This could be it. Bishop takes though. So it's all. Oh, but then knight here. So rook. Ooh. This might actually work. Because the problem is the rook could take knight with the knight again. Bishop takes, but now black has another knight in hand for f3. And that could be queen here, king here. I think you could run it. I think you can run it. He can run it. I think he can run it. No, I think he can run it. Oh no, I don't believe that's losing.
Right.
But time ran down.
I was about to play e4, but let's play this.
Black does have mate. So
now I switch to the third. Bishop. Third is
so you have to run away.
For black and blonde.
Okay, that you drop the queen first to block it off. And then you can use one rook as a sacrifice and the other rook is mate. Okay, but this is crazy. That was a crazy little crazy sequence. So just what was the mate then? I mean, in this sort of position.
Gonna play is useful. C5 idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's not obvious. Pawn at c7, maybe. So yeah, the crazy idea is you can promote to queen, and if you take, then there's knight at d6 check, and you go here.
Push e4. Press complete e5.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the current game. That was fairly intense. And yeah, I think with that, if this were a 10-game series, I would regard that as a 6-4 win from Oppo. The first game he also won, but that was a bit of a mouse slip.
Explain the openings of exchange spaces.
Yeah, that last game was very interesting.
I feel I can take this.
The bishop was sort of hanging.
I can double check. Will defend this piece. So play knight 5. Then I've got a nice position. We'll try to complicate. Okay. Got knight at 6 at tempo. The knight on d7 is out of play. So I'll play this one. As the pawn takes e5, I can take back. But he got at least some counterplay with bishop 6. And now I'm safe. So don't feel to take the pawn back.
Yeah, try to just repeat again how we get here. So it's this bishop g5 line he's playing. And Yasser's going for this very compact setup. Sometimes Janli used to play it a lot in the past. Bishop at f1 is quite interesting way of defending. So he hung the bishop, but then gets it back. So the queen's defending everything. But I don't know, White's position looks sort of awkward, but he has got a good attack on g6.
Also, I open up lines.
Yeah, he's got good piece coordination.
Maybe we can just stop him. Pawn on g5.
He's afraid of pawn on g5. I mean, I was thinking just pawn at h7 even, but maybe not. Pawn on g5 carries a threat with it. It's probably better. Indeed, he plays it.
Okay, I have to take this one now.
Yeah, this looks dangerous.
I'm really a fan of taking it. It's a pawn after all.
So all the squares are covered for now, but by the knight, the bishop. But this is not very good control.
And pawn g6 is hanging.
Oh yeah, pawn on g6 you could just take.
maybe calculating it open g2 in some cases. We won't play queen g5, I think. But he played queen g5 anyway.
So it's a good move from
Or
black.
maybe I had to top in c3. It's also an option.
Because a queen trade, queen h1 is checkmate. So
Or if you play queen d5,
yeah, queen d5 even. Sorry,
I
even better.
close my move.
Much better.
That's a bad move. Can you take on c4? Should have talked to him before.
So he's afraid of. Or actually takes. Oh, so he goes this way. Takes. He could open up. Takes.
Maybe bishop takes. Can take on g6. Then I'll take on it. So the threat is away.
He does do bishop takes. I think.
If I take with the knight, takes.
So you think, does he have time to do a move like this? And I don't think he does. No. I don't think he does.
So this feels like a good move.
But oh, I see. He is threatening mate in 1. Maybe a knight takes was essential.
I need to take on h7. That's too crazy. Okay. Now put the bishop on h5. Got f3 covered. Attack on g6.
Well, he could just take. But then he takes here. Yeah, here, and then black, unless black's got a mate, which he doesn't. So yeah.
You can take here.
So he's going, white's going
Bound
in.
up on this.
White's going in.
How to open up the white squares.
So that's why black is dropping bishops to defend his light
Only
squares.
take with the bishop. Now got safety.
So black's very solid. White's got a lot of pieces in hand though.
I can't wait. I have to attack. Otherwise he attacking me.
But what black has is diagonals, so yeah, exactly. He has to. So both
The
sides.
question is, can I take? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so both sides are not mating anytime soon. So not in the next 5 or 6 moves.
Now I take. I need a pound in hand.
Despite the fact they have a lot of pieces.
It's all about the initiative.
So it's who has the faster attack. Yeah, every move is going to be very critical here.
So even if he drops like knight here, I take it.
Knight
got
f3.
knight f7.
So So knight f3.
That's clue about this.
Yeah, so the issue here is pawn takes rook, bishop takes, knight e7. Maybe queen drops here. That's the sort of thing he's thinking. But I think knight f3 might work.
So definitely play rook f8.
No, he's very sure it doesn't work. Knight f3 takes... Yeah, he doesn't have quite enough.
Now we've got knight f6 tempo.
Knight f6 threat.
We also got h2 covered if he drops on f3. Pawn will be nice.
Yeah, he wants a pawn. So he's trying to think.
Okay, take that. I want to get some stuff out of his hands.
Okay, the bishop's a good defender, so probably would take the rook. Unless you want a counter-attack. Yes, looks like a rook would be. But then knight here at the end of the line is a problem.
Yes. I think he should just take with the bishop. Because if he promotes, it's
Yeah,
not at the bound.
if you take with the bishop promotion, that's a problem. I think you have to take with the rook first. And then with the bishop. But he just promotes. Okay, but then maybe it's, if he promotes, maybe then black has an attack. So this is crazy sharp. And I'm not saying enough. So he wanted to keep the rook guarding f6. But the problem by taking the bishop is he's left the light squares open. So there may even be a shot. Actually, this is covered. It's going for bishop at g8, it seems.
Yeah, now it goes on g6.
Ah.
Oh, this is a bad move. What's this?
So he was thinking if king takes bishop. Knight here, check, queen here, you're picking up the queen with tempo, you're very safe. But
I don't think I got made.
queen going back, queen here.
Because there's so many pieces. So
Yeah, he has two knights and two bishops, so even a shot like queen takes g2 would likely be mating if white's attack runs out. Whereas queen takes g7, there's no knight drop to follow it up with. So the queens and the rooks are doing a good job covering everything. No. Okay, now these light. Okay, he could do a pawn it.
I misplaced it.
Yeah, black.
I was very happy.
Yeah, pawn h2 should work, and then pawn f2. That's so chill. I don't know about that move. Yeah, the rooks. Yeah, I think the rooks are coming in though. So he's saying there's no smother because of the knight.
Oh.
That's true, but there's a rook h2. It will distract the knight, and then there's a knight smother, so it's all over.
That's a rook. A knight to rook.
Knight takes. Okay, exactly. Very nice. But that was a very interesting game. I mean, so at this point,
thanks for watching.
It's still very even. Okay, so it seems like that's the end of the series. Oh, hi there, Opper. So is that the end of the series then?
You have to go.
Oh, okay. Yes, I had to go. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for agreeing to join the voice call. That was cool. And Jokido says hi from the chat as well. I know, because he was watching as well and listening into the stream. Cool. And VSIM.
I don't know what to say about the level of play, but at least I got the first score.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting games. Some very interesting games there. Someone was running this last game through the computer analysis because it's quite a sharp position. So you're definitely winning at some point, but
After pawn g6, I think I had it, but if I play knight g3, I can sacrifice on g2. I was afraid we got too much material.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he definitely had too much material by that point. So actually, Stockfish says, yeah, it's just very sharp. Neither of you is more than +5 even at any point. Seems like you were both just plus or minus 5. So it was really sharp. Okay, actually, Black had a shot. Really weird. I mean, if you like, I can put this last game in a study. Yeah, you're in the study. So I just
Yeah, so
you can take control if you like.
do you think it was weird that I didn't take on d5? Because I feel he had some counterplay with bishop c6.
So let's see.
Move 19.
Okay.
I didn't like taking on d5.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So computer suggesting bishop d3 maybe, or I think your computer will be faster than mine, but
Would I give a trading lines and black is still fine.
yeah. Bishop at c2.
After e4 I can sacrifice and I'm safe.
So yeah, so it's suggesting knight takes g6, f takes g6, bishop takes g6 as a possible line, and then pawn at f7. But yeah, it's just ideas.
And knight h4. First it gives knight h4.
It wants.
Move 20.
Okay, you take control, because I think it'll be easier. Because I'm streaming, it's difficult.
Oh no, it gives f5. Even in lines if you take here on g2.
Yeah.
Right is safe. That's why it gives this one. Attack on the right squares.
Yeah.
Seems weird. That is just unclear.
I think yeah, that whole game was very unclear. Yeah.
Okay. I like white because even if black takes queen, I'm safe.
Yes. Yeah, the bishop, the Finch-headed bishop was very good. Good defender.
Yes. Now it gives crazy move, 97.
Yeah, my computer doesn't give it, so.
That's too complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, my computer's very uncertain about that move. I think in the last position it was suggesting, well, rook at f3, really weird moves, yeah. Rook at f3, rook at,
At least white is safe.
Rook at b5. Yeah, rook at b5 is a nice idea.
Getting in the right squares. Control about e6.
Yeah.
Take.
And if the knight takes back, so apparently the knight shouldn't even take back because you're getting in. Yeah, that's what my computer likes. And e6. Yeah. So what happened in the game was knight takes d5, queen takes d5, bishop c6, queen c4. So it looks very dangerous, but there's nothing immediate. I mean, maybe pawn at g2, but you could take, king takes g2. Yeah, maybe that would have been a nice idea. But he does this, which is so b4. Yeah, so here defends. Yeah, so knight f3.
Yeah, I was afraid.
Yeah.
I was afraid of when I play knight f3 that I get two knights. That's why I take on g6. Remove the knight from h4.
Yeah. So knight f3 is okay, but okay, bishop takes c4, bishop takes f3, bishop takes g6 is actually the best move, according to Stockfish.
Yeah, I was.
So a really nice play.
I had the feeling I had to play this move because h4 is such a strong piece.
Yeah, because if you just take back the bishop, takes, your king is all open, and black's got the initiative. So yeah, so you distract the knight, then you take back, and this is now really, yeah, it's really interesting who's winning. So is it
bishop d5?
Bishop at d3 maybe.
Like bishop d5.
Bishop at d5. Yeah, bishop at d5 is nice.
d3, same idea.
Yeah, d3 is both defending and.
Remove the bishop.
Yes, remove the bishop.
Defending.
So he did this.
Bishop h5 is not.
Takes e6. So he's ganging up on.
He's safe now. I need material. That's why I play e5.
Yeah. e4. So you're going on the attack. It says, let's see. You attack. He has to take back. He can't just keep going because otherwise pawn takes bishop is too big a threat. So he has to take it back.
I'm forced to take two. If I defend, then he attack me. So I'm forced to take. So
you take here. So he takes back. Okay, pawn at d7, but again, really nice move. Yeah, and so I was thinking, can he counterattack here? And I thought he could, but you reckon not. So just a look, knight at f3 doesn't work because.
Yeah, I got
takes.
Because knight e7 is so nice. If I take on e8.
Yeah, so if you take, yeah. So if d takes e8 equals queen. Yeah, so if he takes back, you're getting in on knight at e7, king f7. So you got three knights, a rook, and a queen. Basically, yeah, you're in on his position. It says even knight at d8. Yeah, it's all over. Yeah. Okay, so he had to take that seriously. Rook f8. Now knight at e7, king h7.
Oh, take x5.
You could take on g6, or it says knight at e6. Okay, so here.
This seems normal. Knight g4.
Yeah. So it's a good move. At g3 was another possibility, but yeah. Takes g6, takes g6. Okay. Rook on the back row. So apparently here, this is kind of the really interesting point. Apparently he has a shot here with queen takes g4. This is the one maybe very critical point in the game when it was, because the whole game is all very like unclear. But apparently this is winning for black. Because if you take...
Because black is safe and you can shoot on my position.
So why is it winning? If knight at h3, check. So you can't take it because knight at f3. I'm not seeing the mate, but so where's the mate? Knight at f3. You got two. You got two knights. Yeah.
And you block e2 with bishop d3. Go to f1.
Yeah. So.
Knight h3, king f1, bishop d3.
If king h1. Pawn at
d3. It's not even an option. Go to e2. You just got mate.
Okay, so yeah, so we try and run to e2, but then bishop d3 blocks it. Okay, yeah, and then just pawn is mating. So it's just enough. Hang on. So if rook here then he's got a rook. Oh, even that's just, yeah, the knight covers this square. Yeah, okay. So that's it.
Even
Yeah.
bishop takes e2 is winning.
Yeah. So yeah, queen takes knight was a crazy chance he had here. Okay, but you took the rook, and now white's winning again.
Black.
No, so black had this chance to win with queen takes g4, but after taking the rook, yeah. So this is interesting. So I was thinking, why not rook takes rook? And yeah, that's apparently really bad because d takes, and then why can't it take the bishop? So I was saying, why does this not work?
Oh, rook f6.
So why is this winning for white?
Oh, rook at knight f8. That's right. Rook f6. Bishop takes knight f8.
So do you want to play it?
Does he take with the queen?
Do you want to play it out? I'm confused. Okay.
This differs.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Even in the worst case, you can go to h1.
Yes.
Because this knight on g4 is protecting it.
It's protecting everything. Yeah, nice.
There's also the point of knight g4.
Nice. Okay, so he goes with bishop takes. So yeah, so the rook is an important defender basically. So bishop takes, queen takes, bishop here. Okay, so he realizes the rook's an important defender, so he doubles up on it. Queen takes. Okay, so he's doing quite well here. At g6, king takes g6, bishop to h5. Yeah, that's sorry.
I played this because I saw knight g3, but queen takes g2 must be winning for him.
Yeah, so if king takes h5, knight g3, and you're picking up the queen, and you're pretty safe. And it even says queen at h5. Not quite sure why. The idea being if king h7, then this is bishop at g6.
Well, the idea is that I take his queen, and then I got more safety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So apparently this is
because his queen is stronger than mine.
Yes. So apparently this was a nice idea for white, dropping with the queen on h5. It's very paradoxical. I guess because the queen covers, after queen takes g2, the queen covers everything.
And bishop on f5 is also strong. Covers c3.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so then you kind of run out, and now he has. So I was thinking here, just a drop of pawn on h2 was my idea in this position, and then because if the knight takes, you can then get in on f2, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it works. But yeah, what he did was also good. He takes the queen, and then now he's got mate. Check. And deflecting the knight, and it's mate. Yeah. Okay, well, good games, Oppa.
Thanks.
And yeah, thanks for joining in the voice chat.
My pleasure to play with you.
Cool. Okay, and
My pleasure.
thanks everyone for watching.
See you later.